Hello everyone, it's me. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Lauren-Jane, I'm the surgical doctor. I'm going to do my intro and then I'm going to tell you all about the one word that you need to put in your medical school applications. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome back. So I'm not going to keep you waiting. The word of the day is compassion, and the word itself is not quite so important. It's our applications of it. So first off, anyone on the street could tell you that compassion is really important to a doctor. Bedside manner, rapport, service, all of those things. I'm not telling you anything that's new here. What you will see is new as we go along is our different applications of the word compassion and how you can use it. So the thing with compassion is, so different studies have measured the compassion and empathy levels of medical students as they start medical school and as they leave medical school. And interestingly and surprisingly, I think what they've noticed is that our empathy actually decreases as we go through medical school. And no one really knows why. It might be that you've been exposed to more. It might be that you're 5 years older and you're more jaded and cynical. Who knows? We don't know the reason why. But what we do know is that medical schools are interested in this. And if you are applying to medical school, then what interests them interests you. So they are involved and invested in looking at compassion in medical students. And obviously that's because they want to breed a generation of compassionate doctors. And that goes without saying. Well, I don't think we need to labour that too much. We understand why. Okay. So mentioning compassion in terms of patients is really important for the reasons that we've discussed, and the obvious ones too. But compassion can also be applied to another thing that medical schools really care about. So again, it goes without saying, I don't need to tell you this, medicine is a really difficult career. It's hard work, it's long hours, it's stressful for reasons that you can see in some of my other videos. Medical schools want to give a place to a person who is going to make it all the way through medical school and hopefully all the way through the foundation program and their training and beyond, and keep working as a doctor, because that's what we need. How do they identify people who are going to be able to cope with the pace of med school and beyond? So they are going to be looking for people who have got good support systems. You know, that's why they're asking about, do you have hobbies? How do you blow off steam? These kind of things. So if you are a person in your application or in your interview, you can talk about how you have compassion for yourself, and that you can talk about how self-care is important to you, how you do self-care. Maybe that's running, that's how you cope with stress, or you play the piano, that you have a really supportive family. All of these things come from a place of having compassion for yourself and treating yourself well. And as a doctor, I can tell you that that is a really core attribute to surviving in this career. You have to have compassion for yourself, because if you don't, you will burn out and you will drop out of medical school or drop out of medicine, either temporarily or for good. So those of us who are able to kind of love ourselves and be able to say, okay, hey, this is too much for me now, I'm going to take a step back, or I'm going to say no to this offer, I'm not going to do this right now, I'm treating myself with compassion. These are the ones of us that are able to keep going because we are able to say no and treat ourselves with compassion. So we now have two different applications of the word compassion. We are treating our patients with compassion, and we are treating ourselves with compassion in order to continue to treat our patients with compassion. It's a really important attribute. And if you are thinking about applying to medical school and you're wondering if you're the right person, then you can just kind of check boxes against what I've already said. Are you a person who has compassion for other people? Are you a person who has compassion for yourself? And do you have good self-care practices? Because they will stand you in really good stead. Okay. The third and final application, do you have compassion for your colleagues? So the NHS is very much a team sport. I think any medicine, any healthcare, whether you're a nurse or a doctor or a porter or a HCA, this is very much a team game. And having compassion for your colleagues is really, really important, because So, you know, my husband is a lawyer. He does something very different. He's very supportive, very wonderful man. He does not know what it is like to be a doctor. I cannot sit and talk to him about how medical school was or how my shift was, because he just doesn't get it. And I can say, oh, I was really busy. He just doesn't understand it. So our support system in some ways has to come from those people around us. And when you get to be a doctor and you're on a really busy shift, you kind of, that shift is either can be made or broken by the people that are around you, whether that's other doctors or nurses on the wards. And you will have better shifts where you have like a really great SHO, or you have a really great registrar who really wants to take you under the wing. And so in your application, when you use the word compassion, I kind of encourage you to be able to, or in your interview, you can use this 3 ways. I have compassion for myself, I have compassion for my patients, and I have compassion for my colleagues. I want to support my colleagues. I want to help them grow. I want to support, you know, a team again, because all of this, what is all of this? All of these 3 things come together to create great patient care, because if your team are happy and supported, if you are happy and supported, your patients will be happy and supported, and that is how we get great patient outcomes. So I hope that this is helpful for those of you who are thinking about going to medical school. Please leave a comment if you want to discuss anything, and feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.